Hey guys, I'm a Dimension Jump and today I'll be reviewing Persona 3, the movie Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, this is the second movie in the Persona 3 Quadrilogy, and this covers everything from about the lovers boss fight until Shinji's death. And so this basically covers everything during the summer, basically. So during Caesar's summer and some of the boss fights, including the interactions with Strega, the opposing persona users, I would say, who want to keep not the midnight channel, the midnight hour, still open for not open, continue. Well, what I'm trying to say is this is basically the movie where Strega is introduced, and they're basically opposing persona users to the C's team. And yeah, I would say overall, well, when it comes to this, when you compare this to the first movie, there's a lot more downtime, I would say, because in the first movie, I did say when I first reviewed the first movie, I did say that there was a lot of rushed content because you can't really because the first movie and this movie are about an hour and 40 minutes each, and there's a lot of stuff that isn't really there, like the social link stuff, so you can't really add in everything in that film. Whereas with Midsummer Night's Dream, there's a lot more downtime, like after the whole battle with, I think, the lovers and the chariot, I believe, or lovers and the justice. I think it's chariot and the lovers. The C's team have a lot more downtime. You get to see like Yuki, Makoto, the main character, and all of his friends just hanging out and just wondering about the Dark Hour mostly. And you do get to see a bit of development with Makoto in this movie than you did in the first movie, because with Makoto in the first film, he was kind of like, not really phased by a lot of stuff, and he's not as phased by some of the stuff in this film that he was in the last film, I would say, but he is kind of questioning if the Dark Hour should really be removed, because in the first interaction with his team and Strega's team, from that moment onwards, you kind of see Makoto kind of questioning about the Dark Hour, because the Dark Hour is where he can use his persona, or personas, because he's the wild card and he can use multiple personas at once. He's kind of like questioning whether he should really take rid of the Dark Hour. Kind of, it's not really stated or kind of referenced or whatever, but I feel like that's what's kind of implied, I would say, because like Makoto is like the kind of like the leader of the C's whenever they're out fighting shadows, and you can kind of see that with, I would say, in towards the end of the movie, where they're fighting two shadows, and you can see Makoto kind of questioning what he should do, like fight the bosses or something. And yeah, I think that's kind of interesting, and it shows more of his development throughout the movies. Now, this movie also does cut stuff out. Well, what I mean to say is this kind of like speed runs through some of the stuff. Like you got because this movie has, as in four, yeah, not three, four members, that being Aigis, Shinji, Ken, and Kuramaru. I might be pronouncing it right, I'm not 100% sure, but this basically adds all those four members together in this movie, and it's okay, I guess, because we get to see Aigis for a bit, and we get to see what she can do, because Aigis is a robot who can defeat the shadows, and she also has her own persona, which is, again, it's glossed over. Like, how does she have a persona? How, like, all we know is that she can eliminate shadows, and yes, it's in the game, and yes, it's explained in the game and explained in Persona 4 Arena, but in the story of Persona 4 Arena, but in the movie, I don't think it's even mentioned why she has persona. The characters, some of the characters say, "Oh, she has persona, and she's really good at fighting." That is all. Whereas I feel like I guess it's probably more fleshed out in Persona 3 and in Persona 4 Arena, because it explains why Aegis has a persona and how she can summon one and stuff like that. And then also in this movie we with Ken specifically, we learn that his mother passed away like 2 years before the events of Persona 3 as a whole. Ken's mum had been killed, and he believes it was a persona, well, not a persona, a shadow, and then later finds out it was Shinji's persona, which went berserk, and Shinji has to use these pills to suppress it so it won't go berserk. And we do get to see that realization and sort of like what happens during it. So like, towards the end of the movie, we do get to see like Shinji, or Ken, trying to avenge his mum, and we get to see him trying to basically just use his weapon to basically just kill Shinji. And then we find out that Straker, the pills that Shinji has been taking from Straker are basically killing him. Like, I think it shortens his life or something like that. And you get to see like the sort of the turmoil after that, like, because Shinji, well, basically because Ken wanted to avenge his mum, it felt like he was close, kind of, but so far because of the pills that Shinji's been taking. And then during the whole commotion, the leader of Straker basically just shoots Shinji, and then we get to see a bit of the aftermath after that, because you get to see his funeral, kind of, at the end. And that's the only bit of the movie which has no colour at all. Like, it's kind of basically black and white, almost. Whereas within the rest of the movie, it was all in colour. Like, a lot of it was basically all in colour for the entire movie. But in that one specific moment where we get to see everyone in the school attend Shinji's funeral, there is literally no colour. It's all basically black and white at that point. And that hits hard, because it feels like all colour has been lost in the world, and because of Shinji's death, it felt like there was a lot of colour, but now it's all been gone. And yeah, I'd say overall, I would say that the movie is pretty good. I would say it's probably a lot more improvement over the first film, because of that one it was really rushing through the first few months. And this movie, it does do a lot of rushing. Like, at the first like minute or so of this film is basically just the Seas team fighting against the Lovers and the Chariot, I believe. And that's where the movie starts from. And then it does some skimming over some of the stuff. Again, like, during the whole summer part of the game, I understand why. Maybe, I think I kind of understand why. Maybe because it was like, the summer part is, because it's like a few months or like a few weeks. I think 3 or 4 weeks maybe in game, not 100% sure. But yeah, maybe I can understand why the film might wanted to skip over it. But again, I would have liked it to just to have seen 3 or 4 different social links, because again, we're like with Persona 4, the Persona 4 anime, we got to see a lot of social links done in a very small amount of time, like around 30 episodes. I could be wrong, but about 30 episodes roughly. And we got to see a lot of social links done in that amount of time. And especially during the summer episode, two-parter, we got to see Narukami doing a lot of social links. And it would have been cool to see at least some of the social links done, like 3 or 4 during the summertime in this movie. But I don't mind really. It's just, again, it feels like a lot of content had to be cut down for an hour and 40 minutes. So, but overall, I did really enjoy Midsummer Night's Dream, and it's a really interesting film. So, yeah, that's been my review for this movie, Midsummer Night's Dream. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.